Hello and welcome to the 101 Earth Observation virtual lecture series. This series is delivered by the Satellite Applications Catapult in partnership with WILDLABS. This lecture is about another example of use of remote sensing data in the conservation domain in this case, and it's about wildlife corridors. Again, we are describing a project. So in the previous video, we have seen how it was very important to define a project from an idea to the final product. That's the same of this. It is the same happened just in this project, where the aim was the identification of viable corridors of wildlife movements within the ZWW landscape that strengthen biodiversity conservation activity. Specifically, the need here is to do, or was to do, a recent review of land cover change in order to identify those corridors and also assess areas that are likely to change. You can understand, if you have seen previous video, that those are all terms that starts to be or to get familiar now with remote sensing. Land cover change, changes, this is something that we can do with remote sensing data. So the area which is called, and apologies for my pronunciation, Ziama-Vonegizzi Vologizzi, I'll call it just ZWW, is undergoing a rapid change. So both for unplanned and planned development. So as written here, there is the need here to reconcile economic development with the protection of the natural renewable resource base. And we see a map here. So we are over the border of Liberia and Guinea. And that's the architecture of the project. So what we are looking at is to use data and Earth observation data, and specifically different layer of the data in what is called GIS analysis. I haven't yet mentioned this term, Geographical Information System. So this is actually a very popular system to get data, to process data, and to derive maps with geospatial maps actually that are they have specific requirements. The information here were biodiversity features and environmental processes, as well land uses and development pressures. So the objective was to create high priority conservation areas. A bit more in detail. The first part of the project was to get data and to prepare data. In this case, we used Landsat data from different Landsat mission 4, 7, and 8. And as I explained, a process that is typically done with optical remote sensing is to transform radiance to reflectance, and that's done within this project, alongside calculating different products such as the NDVI. Again, we can refer to a previous video, and different land cover classes. We want to build the land cover classification map here. So this has been done using artificial intelligence and a specific classificator called maximum likelihood classification. It has been done properly. I won't enter into the detail on how we can do it, but there is a certain approach here, so such as use part of data for training, part of data for accuracy, and so on. So this has been done properly, let's say, alongside several other processing steps, such as removing, filtering speckled pixel, and deriving like additional and adding on top additional information such as road, rivers, and so on. And this is the result of the land cover class. So this is the land cover in 2000, where we see, our area of interest. Probably we can focus on the colors here. So let's focus on the green, so where we have like dense canopy, and we see how we have quite a good dense canopy through the area which is like marked in red. Moving to 2013, we have quite an impressive change in land cover. So you can see how we move from a more green type of terrain to a more yellow type of terrain, especially outside the park, and we see that this actually relates, just looking at the land cover classification, at agriculture or other type of canopy. So this was 2000, 2013, and 2019. In 2019, we start seeing a change also inside the boundaries of the park, as we can see here. But generally speaking, there is like an evolution here of the land. It's a deforestation due to agriculture and other activities. Deforestation can be actually mapped and can be actually, we can actually create maps such as the risk of deforestation, such as in this specific example here, where we created a deforestation risk. You might recall in a previous video a flooding risk. So we can do a similar type of approach for deforestation by using Earth observation data. Finally, and this is very much similar to what I have shown in the previous example, data can be shown, and is shown actually in this case, in a web map, which is called the ZWW Landscape Explorer, where this specific sort of information can be captured, and it's visible to everybody who has access to this specific portal.